All right, Year 9 Science, we're doing the Part B of the tasks for week 5. This is a pretty nifty little experiment now. It relates back to your other experiment where you were looking at the soil salinity or the salt concentration and how it conducts an electric current. And that can be used as a measure, so you can test a soil and see how much electricity it will conduct as a measure of how much salt is in it. So that's how this bit here is going to work. So Bruce has owned his farm for the last 50 years and he's grown a range of crops over this time. His understanding of his land has developed as a result of trial and error, education and science. Bruce is educating his grandson about using modern methods to help plan which crop to grow and to estimate the success of those crops. So he's provided his grandson with this information. So Bruce has had some soil testing done, and in this paddock, this was the electrical conductivity at each of the test sites, right? So we're going to assume this is 1 hectare in size. All right, so the table then tells you 0 to 0.13. That really doesn't bother most plants. And then it goes up to the point where very few plants will survive. Now, this is salt concentration. These numbers here are electrical conductivity. All right, and these numbers here are electrical conductivity. So here's a table of different crops that Bruce could use in that field. This is the maximum electrical conductivity they can tolerate, right? If it goes above that, the crop's going to be affected. And this is the value of a crop of that per hectare. So Bruce is trying to decide what he's going to grow. He thinks broccoli will be most successful. All right, so I've made up a table for you to help you work this bit out. Where is it? Here it is. Go away. Buzz off. There we go. And I've done the plum calculation for you. So if you look up plum in the table, it has an EC, electrical conductivity tolerance, of 1.5. When I look at the field, where could I grow plum? Wherever it's 1.5 or less. So I could grow plum successfully here, 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 and here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 28. 6 out of 28. So 6/28 of the field would be good for plum. If I had a whole hectare of it, it would be worth 95,000. But, oh, hang on a second. Look there, there's a mistake. It should be 6. 6/28 by 95,000. So he could make 20,000 by planting plums. So you need to go through each of the crops, get the electrical conductivity out of the table, excuse me, work out what fraction of the field can be planted with that, work out what profit he could get by planting that crop. Right, so then you need to make some recommendations. So you will have considered the salinity in your table and the ability of the plants to grow in that. You'll have a look particularly at broccoli because that's what Bruce is talking about growing. And then you look at the other options and you will make some recommendations about what would be the best crops to grow. Right, and then they've got a whole heap of blank space there, but you can just do it on ordinary paper.